Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. I'm Natan Verhovsky, your host with the most. We are here at the Frequency of Abundance group. Today is a Fearless Friday and the last one of season 2. That's correct. We've got 2 more episodes coming up this month. And if you're here for the first time, the Fearless Fridays is one of 7 days a week that we do over here at the Frequency of Abundance group. We have these captivating talks. 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. I let you sleep in on the weekends. Come join us over on 1 p.m. Eastern. And that should be more than enough time for you to get what you need done in the morning. Come get what you need internally for yourself in the afternoon. Now, when we come to the end of any given season, we'll do 3 weeks on, about 21 episodes. And then, sorry, little Greek Mountain tea. And then we will re-stream in the last week of the month all the episodes of that month, so you can binge watch, you can get caught up if you missed anything. So coming up this week, we are finishing off season 2 on Saturday, which is Successful Saturday. So tomorrow we've got the art of effective communication. On Soaring Sunday, the last one of the season, and we're starting season 3 very soon. That'll be cultivating a growth mindset. So we're coming in from a very different place. And today I'm so excited. We got stress management techniques for busy professionals. Now, as a busy professional, I'm sure you know of all the places that you need to get done. This is going to be one of those where we ask you to get involved. Reach out, comment, like, share, give us a thumbs up, share and spread some love. Know that everybody here is for you, and that we are here to make sure that you are better. So if you're already at 9 out of 10, awesome sauce. We're going to get you to 9.1, maybe 9.2. Let's see what happens. Now, for today's episode, and I'll pause and I'll give a little bit of background on who we are and what we do a little bit later. We have a lot to cover today because as you get busier and busier, knowing that we're going into stress management for busy professionals, it's not like I can just say, hey, well, take 3 hours off. You'd cease to be a professional very quickly, very, very quickly. So, in that context, there's always going to be, the people that tell you, stress is bad. Well, not all stress is the same, right? Not all stress isn't always bad. Acute stress, a little bit of boop, little fight or flight can boost performance. It's the chronic stress where the flight or flight, that endorphin dump, that adrenaline rush doesn't happen anymore. Like that person in the hospital gets to click the nurse button whenever they need more morphine, and you clicked it too many times. It doesn't do anything anymore. So chronic stress does that to your body. All the normal things that it needs and wants and uses, gone. That's why we don't let chronic stress in. Now, your fight or flight response, it's designed only for that short-term survival. So know that any long-term workplace demands where the fight or flight kicks in, it's going to be your biggest stressor. Look for your own. Look for what are your biggest stress triggers. Ask yourself, what situation, what task do I consistently get into or encounter or face that just always raises my stress levels? And try a quick body scan. That'll be the first exercise. Look and notice where your feet and hands are. Notice where your body and posture is. Notice, are you feeling any physical stress right now? If you look and just stop for a second, do you have the ability to drop your shoulders 1 inch? You didn't even know you were holding tension. You didn't even know you were holding them up. We do a lot of that. So consciously drop them. Do a body scan and see if you've got your jaw is tight, if you're clenching fists, if your feet are curled up on your toes underneath you. Signs that you're not in alignment. Let's look for a quick stress reliever. Now, deep breathing's the best, especially when we talked about box breathing. This season, we did a lot of box breathing in season 2. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. What a difference. And we talked about different box breathings where you inhale for 4, you hold for 8, you let go for 8. That does something different. So I invite you to try all of these. Do a grounding exercise. Use 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a new technique that I thought you'd like. So name 5 things you see. Okay. Name 4 things that you can touch. Ah, okay. 3 things that you can hear. 2 things that you can smell. And 1 thing that you can taste. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. That'll bring you into the moment, the present. That is a wonderful mindfulness exercise to get you into the moment. So the power of maybe whatever it is that's stressing you out, you can't get away from for any length of time. That's fine. Take a 5-minute walk. Reset your mind. Just the power of stepping away, right? So make sure you set a timer. You don't get in trouble. I remember I was back in the day. I would take a what they call an executive nap. So an executive power nap looks like you take a double shot of espresso. Know that it's going to hit your body, and take about 15 minutes or so till that till that caffeine kicks in. So during that time, lay down, close your eyes. It's not to go to sleep. It's to know that you're resting. You're closing your eyes. Your body is relaxed. Gravity's not doing its thing for 15 minutes. You set an alarm. Boop, boop, boop. You get up right when the caffeine hits. You're not groggy. You're not tired. You feel restored, regenerated. And now, woof, on a good old caffeine rush. Like I said, back in the day. So that was something that worked because it played on what's going on that you can't, stop or control, that's going to happen. And more importantly, knowing when it's going to happen so that you can time yourself appropriately to how you feel about that. Set a timer for short breaks. Make sure that you take those regular pauses. If we look at, long-term stress strategies, real proper management stuff, time management is going to be a big one. We're going to look at saying no to the unnecessary, because saying no to the unnecessary is the same as saying yes to your sanity, your mental health, right? It's a big one. Look at what's really focusing on your mind. I'm sure as a busy professional, you know how to prioritize, right? But there's other ways, and maybe the way you're doing it is not resonating with you. Look at things like the Eisenhower matrix, where you've got urgent and important, not urgent, not important, urgent but not important, not important but urgent. You get my point, right? Like, play with ways that resonate with you. So, organize yourself. That's time management. Let's look at mindfulness practice. So, focus on, in just for 1 minute, focus on the sensation of breathing. How it sounds, physically how it moves your body, energetically what it does. Be aware. Notice the sound as you exhale outside your body through your ears. Notice the sound inside, like a sound chamber that resonates and you can hear yourself. And like a perfect stereo, you put both of those together to get that high definition, that high fidelity. So, focus on your breath. Observe your surroundings without judgment. Just casually observe. Practice mindfulness for 5 minutes a day, and, it'll look to everyone else like you're just staring out the window in space case, and you're just spaced out and stuff. But let them think you're a space cadet. It's okay. You're literally lowering your cortisol levels. Every time you take 5 minutes out for mindfulness, then practicing that present moment nowness, no more anxiety about the future that you can't control, no more regret about the past that's already done. You're living so presently in the moment that is properly in the frequency of abundance. That's how you lower those cortisol levels. So that the stress that happens to everybody else happens to you as well, but it doesn't hit you the same way. And that's a beautiful thing. It also is something that you'll know means the world to you because others around you aren't going to be as resilient. And it's not nice to say that you're going to be bigger and better and stronger, but you will be. It's just a fact. You won't get sick like they do. You won't feel low and slow with your energy like they do because you don't eat the same way. You don't work out the same way. You don't sleep the same way. You don't have things that are energetic vampires bothering you the same way. So they may have less stress than you. But if you know how to manage your stress better, you'll be a happier, chiller, more relaxed human being that's gelling with everything and everyone around you, going with the flow. And it'll mean the world of difference. Now, if you are here, just popping in, saying hi, go into the chat, send some love, share, say hi. I want you to know here, I'll put my contact info in the chat. You are here in the Frequency of Abundance group. This is proudly sponsored by Allure Creative Agency. I'm blessed enough to be the founder there. And if you don't know where I'm coming from and why we're here, why we're talking, what we're trying to do, why these talks are so important, I'll share a little bit of background. I've been an elite energy coach for about 30 years. I started back with elite Olympians, national sports teams, Cirque du Soleil, acrobats and artists. So peak performers at the highest possible caliber. And we focused on ways to get in and stay in the zone, the state of flow, whatever the kids are calling it, in order to get 2 days worth of work done in one. A lot of people can get into that state. Very few can stay there long enough. Maybe they didn't build up their distraction blocking techniques, because there will be many distractions. So know that we can go in, know that we can have some fun. That's the area that I've been playing in. Had about 15,000 people come through my hands, wrote a couple best-selling books, Personal Momentum, Secrets of Self-Transformation, Moments of Power, Quotes from the Wall of Wisdom. And I came online creating Allure of Creative as an agency that is different than the rest. We're a public relations firm. We hunt whales. We're looking for coaches, healers, therapists, specialists, financial advisors, anybody who's trying to help others do good. We work with them in a completely different way, where when we hunt the whales for them, we create online, captivating, one-of-a-kind events that delight your target audience. The C-suite, the executives, the leaders, the founders, the owners, they come and get delighted. And then they want to speak with you. That little ecosystem is what we do. And we really only do one thing, and because of that, we do it really, really well. So if we can help you big up your message, reach out to me. That's Allure Creative. If you want to come on the show, speak your truth, get your message out, have some way to a bigger light on me. There's about 15,000 people watching in my little world right now online, and that's a lot of eyes on us. Come in, get some of that. It's a beautiful basking in the sun feeling. It's warm, it's wonderful, fills your heart with joy. Come on in, have some fun. If on a personal level, as an energy coach, I can help you get from 9 to 9.1 or 9.2, reach out. I'd love to play with you and hear where you are right now. Hear where you want to go. And see if there's any way I can help you bridge that gap a little bit quicker and easier. Some of the techniques that we're sharing right now today, as we're looking for stress management for busy professionals, you, my friends, are the ones that need this the most. So we've looked at long-term stress management. We've talked about time management. We've talked about grounding, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise, deep breathing, some box techniques. We looked at why stress isn't so bad and how you can convert it and use that cortisol ending sessions and practice mindfulness to get it done. Now, let's look at even 10 minutes of movement. Don't call it exercise. You'll have a weird connotation in your head. There's a stigma attached to it. Just call it movement, right? 10 minutes of daily movement. Yes, it could be stretching. It could be yoga. It could be anything. It all significantly reduces stress, period. period. So if you're stuck and you're going, I got this nagging thought in my head, oh my God, it keeps going round and round and round. I don't know what to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. No problem. Drop down, give yourself 5 push-ups. I don't care if you can do 5 push-ups or if you can't do 5 push-ups. When you don't give your mind the choice and your body starts acting and it goes, what the hell? Okay, wow, I guess we're doing this, all right. It changes everything. It reminds you that your mind is an excellent servant and a really crappy master. It's not its place. That's your job. Your spirit, your will, your soul, whatever you want to call it, that highest you, as my Jamaican friends would say, the I and I, that is your highest level. At that level, you want to focus on getting yourself to that vibration. And like we talk about, is here's the group you're in, the frequency of vibration, to make sure that you're in proper alignment. And that's where the beauty and the magic all happen for you. So, coming to that space, knowing that a little exercise, physically, a little 5-minute, mindfulness, a little bit of mental, every day is a couple minutes here and there. It changes your world, right? So, make sure you're not overcommitting. That's like I said, I don't need you to change your life and go, okay, so 2 hours a day I'm going to be focusing on mindfulness. No. Boundary setting, right? That's another one of these. Boundary setting is a great topic. Don't overcommit. When you overcommit, it fuels stress. I'm going to host Christmas next year. I'm like, oh, geez, are you? Are you sure? There's 65 people coming. Are you sure? That's a commitment. Don't overcommit. It's going to fuel stress. So encourage yourself to, excuse me, use preset responses, right? Like, let me check my schedule and get back to you. Oh, sounds wonderful. Let me check my schedule and get back to you. Take yourself off the hook. Just because somebody asks you a question doesn't mean you have to answer it. You can ignore it. You can answer it. Heck, you can ask a question back. Those are just the top 3. There's many other nuances to get into on that. You can rephrase the question and ask them the question back on them. Ask them to answer their own question. So many ways to play, but set some boundaries. Don't overcommit yourself. Give yourself that power. If you need a phrase, let me check my schedule. I'll get back to you. When you're shifting your mindset, focus on reframing stress. It isn't happening to you. It's a signal that something needs attention. Something needs to be done. It's not a personal thing. It's not subjectively me. It's objectively. It's the you, the I and I, right? So write down a stressor, whatever stresses you out. List one positive outcome that it could lead to. That, you know what, I'm always stressed whenever I see a big mess around me. Okay, what's one positive outcome it leads to? I usually clean up, straighten up, and get myself organized. Yeah, that's pretty positive. Exactly. So focus on where that positivity comes from. Start that gratitude journal. We talked about it. Each and every day, start it and end it with 3 things you're grateful for. Write it down, say it in your head, say it out loud. Anything and everything that you do only intensifies the benefit. At which point, why wouldn't you read it, write it, yell it to the moon? Good. There is no reason why you wouldn't. It only helps you. So shift your focus on rewriting that internal dialogue and that inner script, because the first person who hears anything that you say out loud is you. Watch what you say. And rewire your brain to notice the positive. It's all around you, damn it. It's right there. You can notice the negative. Okay, it's no harder. Try the positive. It's the flip. It's right there. Give yourself that visualization. We talked about a few of them this season. This is a way for you to de-stress on your own terms. Maybe you want to go for a mental retreat, a spa, off in the woods, in a creek, jump in the water. Maybe that's the opposite of what you want. And you just want this big pillowy bed and time to sit back and watch Netflix. I don't know. Whatever is for you, do it. Visualize it as intensely as you possibly can. So, getting into that, knowing that at least one, and I ask you as a simple call to action, try one stress management technique. But don't try it once. Try it for a week. Stress it. Test it. Put it in a shakedown and see what happens. Go through and try for real, try. So connect that stress management. Know that it's going to be a secret to everything from self-care routines to productivity hacks. That's what you want to look at, and I'll take a few minutes now. I won't keep you forever, don't worry. We're going to do some additional nuggets of wisdom, actionable items, some exercises right now. So if this is for you personally, do it. Let these be for you as a busy professional getting some proper stress management techniques. If this is for you, for family and for friends, do it. Help them others. The tide rises all boats. That's why we put here, and you'll see this is the Frequency of Abundance. It's a free group. You can join us over on LinkedIn. Type literally the Frequency of Abundance. Click groups. You're there. There's a small paid community. It's tens of dollars a month. But it's the chance for the tide to rise all boats. There's support. There's group coaching calls. There's 29 or 30 networking events a month that you can go make new friends. It's a different way to play. Come join us, reach out to us, see if we can help big up your message professionally, see if you want to work together with an elite energy coach personally, see if you want to come on one of our shows, see if you want to make us get in the mix, play in the same sandbox, and maybe make some shows for you. This is why these next few exercises are going to be so critical, because you can use them in any way, shape, or form that they serve you. And that's the whole point of us in the Frequency of Abundance. We're here to help. Now, look at the stress dump exercise. So, clearing mental clutter, releasing the pent-up thoughts. Set a timer, 5 minutes. Write down everything on your mind without judgment or filtering, like a proper brainstorm. No judgment, no bad ideas. Go. And then afterwards, review that list. Identify what's going to need immediate attention versus what can wait, what can be delegated, right? Like you're looking for externalizing the stress. Make it less overwhelming. 2, look at, on the physical level, progressive muscle relaxation. So start at your feet, work upwards, tense every muscle group for 5 seconds. Toes, ankles, calves, legs. And relax for 10 seconds. All right. Ready? And now middle, upper body. Tense for 5 seconds. And now relax for 10. Notice the contrast between the tension and relaxation. This is going to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. It just promotes calm. That's why I always feel like, So look for speaking of number 3, look for the pause, breath, and reflect technique. This is a way to break those active stress cycles that keep coming back and over. So whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, I want you to pause. Number 1, take 3 to 5 deep breaths, focusing on the exhale. Number 2, ask yourself, what's the smallest next step that I can take to regain control? What is the smallest next step that I can take to regain control? Taking one small step forward is often enough. You just need to shift your momentum. That's it. So look for a chance to, maybe nature can help. Maybe you can do a 10-minute nature reset, ground yourself, reduce stress, get that exposure. Go outside, sit by a window. If you can't go outside, at least look at nature. It literally makes a difference. Even brief exposure to nature, it's going to reduce cortisol levels. It's going to increase feelings of well-being. Practice gratitude for one thing that you look around and notice. Observe trees, sky. Get into the sound of birds, wind, anything. Look at if you're constantly being stressed. Okay, maybe you need a worry container, right? So compartmentalize stressors, and that'll reduce your overwhelm, because it's the overwhelm that's causing the stress. So let's compartmentalize it. Now, I want you to visualize a container, like a jar, glass, box, jar, and mentally place your worries into this container. For safekeeping, of course. Commit to revisiting them only at a designated time. So they're kind of like in a time capsule until you choose to open it again. creating those mental boundaries frees up the headspace for the immediate tasks, and you need that. Now, in that scope, go forward with the 3-2-1 relaxation visualization. This is a quick way to reset. If you're in a stressed state mentally, close your eyes. Picture a calm, safe place, a beach, a forest, whatever you like. Imagine seeing 3 things, hearing 2 sounds, and touching 1 object in the space. Spend a minute immersed in that scene. That is really the fastest way to tap into the brain's relaxation response and lower stress incredibly quickly. Know that there's also ways that you can, push forward, right? There's controlled venting. You can release frustration in a safe and productive way. Set a timer for 3 minutes. Speak out loud to yourself. Record a voice memo. Express everything you're feeling. When you're done, delete the recording. Finish it with a positive affirmation. Close it out. Express the emotions. Don't hold them in. They help prevent that internalizing stress, which is so deadly and leads to burnout and huge cortisol spikes. Okay? So give yourself an audit in the energy. Identify that one thing that's draining your energy. Boost it. Get awareness of those energy patterns. Helps you audit and set boundaries. Intentionally delay some gratification. Wait 10 minutes before eating a treat. Build tolerance to discomfort. Learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's life. Follow that. Follow that deep set of rules. We went through so many different techniques. Don't forget to celebrate those micro wins. Such a huge internally. Recognize even the small wins. It creates that beautiful positive reinforcement, reduces the weight of any of those future stressors. So know that we're here to help. Know that anytime that we can possibly lift you up, bring you out, I'm Natan Verhovsky. This is the Frequency of Abundance group. We want you to come on. We want to spotlight and showcase you in season 3 and make sure that we get some cool new people to play. We want to big up your message. If you're someone that's got a brand and you're looking for more visibility, credibility, and to get to a proper targeted audience with more eyes, and you love those whales, reach out to me. We'd love to talk. If you're looking for getting to that piece, that personal peak performance, get that momentum, get to that 9.1, 9.2, and push yourself to greater heights, I'd love to say hi and work with you professionally. Let me know where it is that we can move the needle for you. Come back tomorrow. I can't wait to get in. Tomorrow's going to be so exciting. Now, the effort is huge to put these together for you. That's why the last week of this month, you're going to be rewatching and streaming and binge watch season 1. Last week we're rewatching season 2. That's what happens right now. And then going into February, we've got season 3. I'm not even going to tell you for another 2 weeks the fun in the sun that we're going to have then. February 2nd, Groundhog Day, is my birthday. So you can imagine a very special day and a very special episode that day. I want you to remember that on Saturday, we're going to be, and that's our Successful Saturdays, looking at the art of effective communication. So that'll enhance communication skills, proven techniques for personal, professional success. I want you to come back Soaring Sundays, and that's our last one for season 2. It'll cultivate a growth mindset. That's what we're doing, cultivating a growth mindset. So embrace the power of growth mindset to overcome the challenges, help you unlock more of your potential. You're right there. So let me know, reach out, any which way, shape, or form that I can help you out. It would be a pleasure. I'm Natan Verhovsky. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. I will see you tomorrow. It's going to be exciting.